Hi everyone, it's a girl lilymutamztv, also known as Gelowapa Z, girl from Zambia. Good to see you. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and don't forget to share this stream on your social media platforms. Hi Toela Kawe, hi Yuliko, Caroline, how are you? Thank you so much. So today we have a special guest. Her name is Caroline Marsh, and she's a multi-millionaire based in the UK. I know we've talked about business on this platform. I've talked about how you can succeed in life, and we can only make this a story, but if we don't have practical examples, you wouldn't really be inspired. So I thought I should bring this amazing, beautiful woman with an amazing story that lived in Zambia and came over to the UK and attended one event that changed her life. So as we are waiting for her, just share this stream. Let me also check on her as well. I believe she's online, but I just want to make sure that she can come at the back of the studio. How are you? That son says, I like the way you look, sis. Thank you so much. I just try to be as African as possible. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Virginia, all the way from Ireland. All things mainly good to see you. So obviously, you know the deal. We have to wait for at least 100 people. Queen, how are you? And then we can start the live stream. I just want to check on her. Okay, let me just let her know. Okay. Let me just tell her that I can't see her yet. Yeah. Join the studio. I'm just telling our guest to join the studio. Okay. So, Glorious, how are you? Victoria, how are you? It's amazing when you see people who've made it, especially in the diaspora. It's not easy. And Caroline Marsh is a practical example. If you live in the UK or you've been on YouTube or ITV, there's a program called the Secret Millionaire. Many Zambians never knew about her, especially those in the diaspora, that there was a Zambian who was a millionaire until she appeared on that program. So how that program works is that you are invited as a millionaire to pretend to be poor, and then you live in the most poor accommodation as well, and then you help out charity organizations, and then you listen to people tell you their problems. And she was giving checks of like 10,000 pounds. Yo, I'm like, is she really Zambian? It's amazing when you see people give back to charity. So Yuliko says, hi, Lily. Hi, sis. I love this. You're inspiring me too much. We gotta be inspired, and you need to know that it is possible for you to make it anywhere in life. Yes, Africa is at heart, but you can make it anywhere. And Caroline Marsh has proved beyond doubts that it is possible for you to be successful. Hi, Saklinti, good to see you. It says, Our Lady, God bless you. Thank you so much. Susan from the Netherlands, good to see you. Hi, Michael. So just waiting for our guest. Meanwhile, like we said, we always have to wait for at least 100 people. So invite more people, and then you will be inspired. Hi, Benzi. Good evening. Where are you from? Lusaka, Zambia. Yeah, so she was part of the Secret Millionaire program. And the program is amazing. I think there's some few, like excerpts on the YouTube. And, with ITV, I can't really share on my YouTube channel, but I'll try and link them. Victor Kavuta says, Lily, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You're making me have deeper dimples now. Natasha, how are you? Tisa, good to see you from South Africa. Wow, amazing. Where are you watching us from? Margaret is watching from the USA. Aren't you sleeping? Mohammed Hussein says, what is going on in Zambia? It's Zambia. We can't tolerate the way they acted. Yeah, we have a live stream for that, Muhammad, at 6 p.m. I am bringing Chela Tokuta. So for those of you who are not aware, I will post on my community tab that we'll be having Chela Tokuta. After this live stream is Chela Tokuta that we're coming on with, and we can start the live stream. So I'm just waiting for our guest. Once she enters, then we can start. Victor, you're watching from Lusaka, Zambia. Eva, how are you? So, you know, most of the times you've seen people who are, you know, successful. You've seen them from a distance. And I decided to bring Caroline here. I think she's watching from them. Let me send her the link she needs to join me from. Okay, hold on. So let me just, I'm just sending her the link because I think I've just seen her in the chat. She's, you know how it is with StreamYard. You have to, Margaret says it's 10:40 in the US. Wow. Wow. 6 more people and we'll be starting. 6 more people. Oh, wow. 102. Okay, let me make sure she's here now. Yeah, because I sent her 2 links, the other one for her to share. So this is the one that she needs to join. So let me remove my volume. I'll be on, but let me remove my volume because I want to call her. But just keep on sharing the stream. Okay, our guest is finally here. Hi, Mwinsa. Good to see you. 126. Amazing. Amazing. So I will add Caroline Marsh. So she's obviously still coming on. You know how it is with network, but she'll be here any minute from now. Okay, just waiting for her to connect. Yes, 126 people. Oh, Krudaya from Malawi. Ah. Hi, Ruben. How are you? Pearl, good to see you. Yeah, okay. She's here now. Obviously, setting her camera and everything. Hide her for a minute. Remove the volume. Okay. Hi, Charlie. Good to see you. So you talk about business and how you can be successful, how you can invest in Africa. It's important. Obviously, don't limit yourselves, guys. Elita says, good to learn the Zambian millionaire. How inspiring Kitwe Zambia. Yes, and the next one I will follow. So I'm tapping the grace of millionairehood. And Dina suggested I think you should be using Facebook too. I have 2 cameras feeding. The thing is, I want to encourage as many people to be coming to YouTube because if I spoke on Facebook, then they will never really come to YouTube because this is what we want. We want more people to use YouTube more. Hi, Kings Mutali. I've done live streams on Facebook. I don't really get many likes or many views compared to YouTube because people know that I'm always on YouTube. Patricia says, hi, loving this topic. Can't wait to hear wash hands. Em says hi. So just waiting. This is still. Hi, Caroline.
Hi, Lily. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can, but we can't see your face.
How come?
You're now coming on. Um, maybe it's your signal. Maybe it's your signal.
Okay. Do you want me to go out and come back in again?
Yes, and try. Yes, yeah, yeah. We are using StreamYard,
Okay.
and it's not easy, ladies. And let me hide you a bit and then try again. StreamYard is not very easy. There's so many people doing it. So even myself, eventually my voice will pick up. That's what it does. I don't know why. Even yesterday, that's what happened. Eventually, my voice picked up. I don't know what we can do. The internet is on. I've got Wi-Fi. I don't know what else we can do because Google Hangout is no longer working like it used to. Yeah. Can you work on your voice output, please? Let me check as well. Okay. Because even yesterday, that's what happened. Like it took some time for the voice to start picking up. I don't know why. Okay, I can see Caroline. Unless I switch, let me try and switch the Wi-Fi. Because it did the same thing even yesterday. Yeah. Yesterday it was the same thing. Like the sound came a bit later. Let me try using the Okay, so the other one is weak. You see? Yes. So I'll wait for Caroline to come back again. Because I'm using like proper Wi-Fi and the signal is like beyond, but I don't know why. Even yesterday did the same thing, but Caroline is already waiting. Let me ask her to go in again. Yeah, so she's moving as well. I had to mute my sound because I was on the phone with her. So she's moving location. So sorry about this. We don't control StreamYard, unfortunately. We need to find our own platform where we can be doing these things. It's just that I thought it's an opportunity for everyone to join and be part of. But what I'll do is I will ask my editor, Natasha, to try and obviously crop the part where we start. So where we start from is where anyone who comes on will watch the video from. Okay, she's here now. Hello.
Hi. How are you?
How are you? I'm fine.
I have to apologize. I had to come to the kitchen. So if you see the kitchen in the background, don't worry, I'm not cooking.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So I've just been telling them about you, who you are, and I think it would be nice for you to introduce yourself. So I'll leave the floor for you on your own so that the screen is much bigger and people can watch you. And then I'll be hiding somewhere, but don't worry, I'm around.
Are you going to ask
Okay?
questions, or how am I going to handle the interview?
Okay, basically, I just wanted you, like, for now, to just introduce yourself.
Okay.
Just talk about yourself, who you are, and how you decided, what made you decide to start your business. And from there, I will come in. When you just see me coming on the other screen, you just know that I have questions for you. It's just a quick intro whilst we allow more people to come in.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, okay. So I'll hide myself. So you can start now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming on. And I am honored to be speaking and sharing with you my story. Lily, thank you so much for allowing me to come and be a part of your great channel, where your mission is to inspire and empower, other people, which is a great thing to do. So my name is Caroline Mwansa Marsh, and I was born and brought up in Zambia. And I lived in Zambia almost all my life up until 2003, when I came to the UK for better opportunities. So more about me: I'm a mom. I have 3 boys, and I'm married to a loving husband. I love God. He's like everything for me. Without him, I wouldn't be here. I'm a living testimony of what God can do. So wherever you are in the world, whatever your circumstances, I believe that God has the ability, his remarkable ability, to turn us from nothing into something more powerful and dynamic beyond our wildest dreams. So here is a girl that grew up in Zambia. In fact, my father worked for the Air Force, so I grew up in the Air Force base as just a young girl. People would say Kakaro, and taking me from Caro, elevating me to where I am today. And I'm still Caroline. So nothing has changed about me. I'm still the same girl that loves God, that loves people, passionate about life, and love to be able to inspire others, be blessed to be a blessing. So I'm still Zambian, still Zambian at heart. I love my Zambian music, my Zambian food. I love my Zambian family. I'm just me. So that's a little bit more about just my background.
Okay, so many people didn't know that we had a millionaire until you appeared on the Secret Millionaire program. Tell us what inspired you to, first of all, go on the Secret Millionaire program and how you became a millionaire.
Okay. So getting started, I never planned, by the way, to go on the TV program. It was never any of my dreams or my passion to be on TV. It was only God's own plans that allowed me to be featured. So in 2006, I was a stay-home mom, and I had so many questions about life. I was in pursuit of my purpose. Why am I here? At the time, I had a young child, being a mom, and my son was about 2 at the time. And I had these questions as to why am I here? What is my purpose? And asking God that question. God is so faithful. When you seek him, you will find him. So in my asking, I went on, time of prayer and fasting, and I went to a conference in Alicante. This conference wasn't about me. It was my husband who had started a business. So I just went along, because I was going along as a wife, so I could pray. Unbeknownst to me, on the second day of the conference, he asked me to go and be a part of their business conference. Now, if you know my background or my history, is I have never been to college or university. And so I was intimidated to be in a room of businessmen, predominantly men. And, but when God moves, he's no respecter of gender or age or background. So it was in that particular meeting, as I was seeking him, that I heard a property investor talk about property investments, how you can maximize on rental income. And straight away, I felt something on the inside of me to say, move towards him, ask him for lunch, and, just talk to him, because he's the key to your destiny. And that's, that was the day that turned everything else around for me. Had lunch with a guy. Long story short, we came back to UK and he mentored me as a property mentor. So I had to pay him a lot of money to be able to mentor me. I mean, for me, I'm a great believer that there is a price you must pay for success. People, no matter how you trivialize it, no matter how you look at people that have what they have, they've paid the price for it. So I knew I had to pay whatever the cost that was. We remortgaged our house and I went on that training. It's the greatest investment I've ever made, because from that day, my life turned around. I began to work in building our portfolio in Swindon, and that was growing. In no time, I was invited to grow and be a part of his community of, like really wealthy people. In no time, he wanted to go on a program, the Secret Millionaire. So he applied. And after the interview, he didn't make it. They said to him, look, you don't qualify, but do you know anybody else? And at that time, I just clocked my £1 million in
really? One?
It was just, it was
£1 million.
It was just over a year. So it was about years, because all this happened. We started the mentorship. It was like 2006, 7, and then it was in 2008. So it was everything happened and changed in a short space of time. And I worked so hard. I've never worked so hard in my life, but that was the time that I had to find myself. Long story short, he then asked me. They asked me to be. He wanted to be on the program, so he asked. You can't go on it. Can you go? And I thought, well, I don't know. I don't even know about this program. So the thing that drew me to the program, I didn't want to be on TV for the sake of just being on the, in the limelight. It was the fact that he said, look, Caroline, you're a practicing Christian. And this program is about, if you're blessed, so you can be a blessing. So why don't you practice what you preach? And that just caught me. I thought, wow, okay. I'm on the spot, so I may as well. So I went on, put my name forward. The same day, they got my details. In no time, I was interviewed. No time, we were filming, and the rest is history. So here we are. If you haven't seen the program, it's an amazing program to watch. Not just mine, but
definitely
the background of it. They take a millionaire undercover into a world of community projects. So you go and identify different projects and you're working undercover. So you look like you're poor, like you don't have anything. And I took my son with me. And there I was in very deprived area of England, in Liverpool, in Toxteth. So it was, it was one of, very interesting. If you ask me, would I do it again? No.
It's challenging. You see where they take you to go and live. It's not very.
It's so tough. People, when you come to England and people think that, England is the land of milk and honey. And I'm not disputing the opportunities here. But at the same time, nobody tells you about the levels of poverty in this country. And it was just shocking. So I was like, I don't want to come here again.
So, Caroline, obviously, you being successful in Britain is something that, most people aspire to achieve. What would you say to somebody who probably is in Africa and feels they can only succeed if they're in Britain? Or which place would you say they would succeed more, especially when it comes to property? Zambia, Africa, or here?
anywhere. You know, I think it's a mindset. Wealth and success is, I'll say, 60% mindset and 40% strategy, or, you know, actual fundamentals, because you can succeed anywhere in the world. Your job is to be able to adjust your mindset and align yourself with wealth, and success has laws. So your job is to know what are the laws of money. Success always leaves clues, always. I always say that, you know, your job is to find out what successful people have done and follow their footsteps. I'm a great believer in standing on a shoulder of a giant. Who has been there? What have they done? How have they done it? Can I follow their footsteps and apply myself? And, you know, it's if you're in Zambia, you can become successful. You can do property investments and literally make it. I don't think I can be as successful if I was doing it remote control. You know, I want to be in an area where at least I can manage the investments, be able to see. But on a remote control basis, buying and, you know, properties in Zambia could be a little bit of a challenge. I've done it before. It's the management of it that I think, you know, sometimes you don't want to underestimate that. But doing it in the UK, it doesn't matter. You can be a nurse, you can be a doctor, you could be an engineer, you could be working in Tesco's, even Asda, and buy properties. The thing is, you don't think that way. So the mindset is not wired towards doing the right things towards your wealth creation journey. So
So how many properties do you have under your belt? Like, can you count, or you don't even know the number?
No, I'll be a very bad investor if I didn't know my flock, the state of my flock. Of course, I do know how many I have. Not too many. I have just, you know, a good enough portfolio that it takes care of my goals and objectives. Now, for many people, I think let me just put it in perspective. So it's, when you look at property investments, you look at two sides. So the first part is income. So my main focus was generating X amount of income to meet my financial obligations. And then the second part towards that is capital growth, where you enjoy equity because the properties go up in value over a period of time. So when you start off, you have one particular goal. So my goal was starting off and just building a portfolio and letting it just run. And that did very well. But now the legacy is build something that goes beyond me and offer other services to other people. So at the same time, I continue to grow my portfolio, not just in the area where I used to buy in the beginning, because that works on, you know, autopilot, but I'm buying further afield, but also gotten into developments. So we actually now are working with other organizations to develop towns and cities, you know, pretty much wherever. So we're doing some things in Kenya and are looking at some things in Zambia as well.
Oh, Kenya. I have lots of Kenyan subscribers. So lots of people are asking questions about, you know, do you have a mentorship program where people can register and be part of, so that you can, you know, train them or coach them how to be property investors and millionaires? Do you have a program?
Okay. At the moment, I've not created any programs for one simple reason: time. So I've spent the last few years doing two things: financial education, helping people understand about money. So you learn how money works and make the money work for you. Because I've been there where, you know, people have had jobs and they've been working for however long and yet have nothing to show for it. So many people end up having to retire, or, you know, if you get laid off in a bad state of affairs. So I haven't done property investments mentorship programs.
Mentorship,
exactly. And if we're doing development, so at one point we're doing a construction of 3,000 houses. There's no way I'll have time.
Wow. I know. Wow.
But now things have eased off a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is to create an online program, because I can't be there to mentor people and do that. I just don't have the time, unfortunately.
I understand you. Somebody, Jason commented about, oh, that's not true. You guys get loans in the UK. But Caroline has explained that she remortgaged her house and was able to buy properties. In the UK, there's areas like where I live in the Northeast, you can buy houses for like 5,000, 10,000 pounds. It depends on what you aspire to do. So, like Caroline, have you been buying houses that are really well built, or you get the damaged ones at a cheaper price or at an auction, and then you start renovating them? Which houses do you normally go for?
Okay, so initially how we were doing it, we would buy a house, say a 3-bedroom house, and then turn the other reception areas into rooms as well. And then turn the into a house of multiple occupation. I think in Zambia, people call it student accommodation, or like you would, yeah. However, we don't rent out to student accommodation as student accommodation. We rent them out to working professionals. So that was the one strategy. Did that for a while, and now, in fact, I even buy in the Northeast. So I buy near where you are. So buy further up north, Middlesbrough, Newcastle. We're looking at Newcastle, and
wow.
So the ones for buying would buy that kind of a house and rent the house out to as rooms. And now we've moved on to buying individual houses and then renting them out to families as well, and also in another sector. So it's buying the houses for different things, looking at deals that are coming on the market. We do pick up some where we buy a house that needs some refurbishment and do it all up and sell it on and move it on quite quickly. So it's various strategies, but the focus is residential. So I don't do commercial properties. Yes, at the minute, all I'm focusing on is just residential.
Okay. At what point, when you checked your bank balance and you saw the £1 million, what was your reaction?
Okay, so I'll let me tell you the whole perspective. So it's not if you have money and all of your money is in your bank account, then you're not investing very well. You're not supposed to keep money in your bank account. You park your money. So if I have £1 million sitting in my bank account, I'm a very poor investor. So you don't see me with £1 million invested sitting me earning me 0.5% or 0.3%. No way. I'm smarter than that. So I make my money work. So I'm not parking money. And this is something you have to get, that there are rules of money. How money works is your job is to learn how money works and make it work for you. Every time you're saving money in a bank account, the bank will take that money and invest it elsewhere and make profits on you and give you little or nothing. So your job is to find investments that you can put that money in and begin to enjoy the profits every month. So you don't want to live where you're just, if I have £1 million coming in, it must go out and go and work. Let it work, and grow my wealth. So no, I won't park £1 million. I won't show you my bank balance. I've only got £1 million sitting there doing nothing. No.
So you've heard that, guys. The 1 million is not sitting in the bank account, but it's in investments. So when we hear that somebody's a millionaire, people expect you to have £1 million seated in your bank account, and then. So Caroline has been investing her money. That's the secret. Did you ever think you would be where you are today? Like, did you ever? You never.
I mean, it's nothing. That's why I think it's God that does great things in our lives. Of course, you have to apply yourself. Now, some people take things from one extreme to the other. So you hear about wealth creation and you think, God was going to drop the money from the sky.
Miracle money.
You'll be waiting for a very long time. So I believe that wisdom is profitable to direct. So if you want to go and create wealth, God teaches you to create wealth. So that your job is to go and find out what can you do to make money. How can you apply yourself? So you learn the fundamentals and begin to apply yourself in making that work for you over a period of time. You want to be so involved in doing it. It doesn't come as just because you're walking about and somebody just says, here's £1 million or whatever. I've done businesses before that have failed. I've lost money in property because I lack knowledge. And until I've begun to say, let me do something with understanding. then I was able to apply myself. So if you're in Zambia and you're thinking, well, in Zambia, it can't work that way, it's because you haven't opened your mind to what can work. Otherwise, why are other Zambians making it and others not
Yeah,
making
exactly.
it?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, obviously, you know the way the system works in Africa, because I have subscribers from all over the world. They don't have like proper loans compared to here.
It's expensive. Money is
How,
expensive in Africa.
yeah, what would you encourage somebody who would like to start from scratch? Would you, because on my channel, I normally encourage that people should work in groups as well, like put capital together. What would you encourage in terms of corporate working for people who are in Africa?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just tell it as it is. It's Chilimba, yeah. You
Yeah, yes, Chilimbaya. It's like something like Chilimbaya. Yeah.
So if you want to make money as a collective, in a savings group, you have to have a plan, a reason why you're doing it. Unfortunately, many people just get into that Chilimba style or savings group style, and they're just saving without having an end in mind. So my thinking is always focused on start first of all by designing your own destiny. Where do you see yourself over the next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? If you're struggling in your head to even think where you would be as a possibility, look at things that are important to you. If you have children, how old are they going to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And then from there, you can chat out something to say, right, therefore, I will be needing X amount of money to take care of them. If they're going to be going into school, how much is the cost of education going to be? What about, say, in 15 years, I will be retiring. How much money will I need for retirement? That kind of thinking allows you to, first of all, start with an end in mind. Don't just pick up something because you want to get started. Why do I say that? When you have clarity on your vision, even when the going gets tough, you're going to get tough on yourself, because the reason why is far greater than just because you want to start a business. So here is my starting point. I first of all had to design my own destiny and craft my own vision. What did I want? And then that means, okay, if I need to be earning, if my cost of living per month is £10,000, that was my goal. If I'm going to need £10,000 a month, what am I going to be doing, or how is the money going to be coming in? Then I came up with a property investment strategy. And in having the property investment, now understanding how many houses do I need to be able to get £10,000. Then I began the journey from that point of view. I did not have £100,000, £1,000,000 under my mattress or anywhere. I literally had to find out, how do others do it? So remortgage the house was one area. The other areas was I was looking for joint venture partnerships. So I literally had to find other people who were cash rich and time poor. Because I had a business model that was bankable, I was able to secure the money and carry on buying. Now, if you're buying together as a collective, that's a good way to start. But before you can put your money in another collective, chat up your own, first of all, goals. Why do I want this amount of money, and what is it? So you don't miss, you're looking for this tomorrow, that's tomorrow. You aim for that one thing, and every amount of money you're saving in your savings group is so that it must feed your dream. It must feed your goals. It must feed into your desires. And so in the UK, in fact, I did something for a few people. It was a Kenyan community, in fact. They put monies together, okay? They all contribute per month, £500 a month. So I say to them, right, if you're going to buy a house, each one of you, and you all want a house, why do you want a house? When they all shared their goals and dreams, we agreed that each one needed to have at least 4 houses each. So how much is one house? So we then put together a plan, and they were all putting in £500. And I told them, I said, exactly. So now what you have to do is every extra shift you're going to do as a nurse is because it's towards the house. and all the shit. So you have to stop buying expensive handbags to show off. You have to
Thank you.
doing the things that are of no value. Literally, cut off everything. Live within your means and minimum. Why? Because you enjoy your future. You don't want to eat today because you bought a bag that nobody was really interested in. So with that idea, each person is able to buy one house a year. Now, is that impossible? No, it's not. But they came together. They're all putting in £500 a month. Every month they're saving £2,000. You can buy a house up north for 70,000, right?
Yeah.
And they only give £20,000 deposits.
Deposit,
Exactly. So the maths is not complicated. We complicate our own lives. And so I hope that even as you listen, whether you're in South Africa, you are in Namibia, you are in Nigeria, you are in Botswana, in Zambia, in the UK, the fundamentals of business are the same. You just have to localize them. I know sometimes it can be tough in terms of how much money is expensive in Africa, but that doesn't mean you can't find other ways, because there are other ways that others are maximizing. So your job is to be able to do that. I mean, if, let's say, for example, you are in Zambia and you have access to maybe land or whatever, you're trying to raise finance. Your job will be to try and find maybe even people who have access to money, even here in the diaspora. Why not joint venture? Why not get into relationships that are meaningful? Rather than being conned, you know, I've been conned before back at home, okay? Rather than being conned, find relationships.
I know.
No, it is possible. You can't think creatively. You can think outside of your box. If you are gifted in any area, start a business. We're in a global community right now. Start a business. Coronavirus time is going to raise millionaires. You better be one of them.
That's true. Somebody is asking about how you started. We should ask how you started. You were from Zambia. I think they missed that part. You haven't said your background, where you worked before, and how you received your letter. How you received your letter that you were fired, and how you met your husband, you know. Because that part of your history is very interesting. So please share.
Well, I think I'm a proper Zambian girl, okay? That literally when she wants something, she won't let go until she gets it. So.
Yay! It's true. Zambian women never give up. Honestly, we are very hardworking. So it's good to have you as an inspiration. Dean Nanza, repeat your question, please. Type your question again. So how did you meet your husband? Explain a little bit where you worked in Zambia.
Bit of a background. When I was growing up, my dream was to become an air hostess. Okay, I love the glamour. I saw one TV program. It was a BA one. I was like, when I grow up, I want to be like that. Which I think, if you are from Zambia, maybe your parents were like my parents, who thought it was a disgrace to end up as an air hostess. You are like a waitress from an airplane. So, but that was my dream anyway. Long story short, in 1990, I'm quite old, right? 1995, a local airline was recruiting. So I went and applied for the job. I thank God that I was one of the first stewardesses to work for a local airline, Zambian Express. That life was great until 3.5 years later, that airline went bust. So everything else that I acquired, everything else I was working on came to a standstill almost like overnight. So, you know, life went from being a high up there to being very low down there. However, the hope that I had was to have access to my paycheck from the liquidator. So there was a company that was liquidating and taking over all of the finances of the airline. And I remember going to the offices. It was Ernst & Young office in Lusaka. And I found the PA, and the PA was saying to me, sorry, you can't see him, he's very busy. I said, sorry, where? I won't go until this man gives me my money. So I went in, and so much noise, it was so embarrassing. So obviously everybody got tense as to our reception. They're thinking, there's an air hostess who won't go, she wants to get her money. So I said, this man, he's going to come up. Because he was a white man, she didn't let me. I was thinking, that really doesn't bother me. I just want my money. Yeah. I'm out of here. So anyway, he overheard the conversation. It was so embarrassing. He said, please allow her to come in because it's not good for, for the business. I went into this office. I sat in the office. I said, yes, sir. So I hear you're the man that has my money. He says, oh, yeah. This man was looking at me very strange. I'm thinking, please don't stare at me anyhow. Just give me my money. And long story short, he then said to me at the end, so where are you working? Can I take you out for, meet you? And I was like, you don't meet me for anything. With the paycheck, yes. Without the paycheck, don't even bother. And I was managing my friend's restaurant in the area as just, helping him out. And so in fact, the same evening, the next evening, I saw him come back. I was like, I've seen this man somewhere. It's like, the liquidator, and he pulled out the check. I was like, oh, my money, yes. What a drink for him. We got chatting, and I was just so excited. Little did I know that this man fancied me. So I was being honestly very innocent, but long story short, he was a partner for Ernst & Young, and he's Mike Marsh. So we went out for dinner and another dinner. The next thing I thought, actually, I quite like this man. He's not bad after all. And now here we are. I'm married.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah.
I love your story. Honestly, how you met is just amazing. Jason is saying something, and I think it would be good for you to talk about it. He says having a white person in Africa increases your value and social capital. More money becomes available to you. What would you say about that? Because you didn't raise that money in Zambia, you raised it here. But what would you say about that in terms of Africa? Does having, a white man increase your chances of becoming successful, or it's just a myth?
Okay, if you are in Zambia or if you're in Africa, perhaps, because, we do know that at home, maybe white people, Asian people are regarded in higher esteem than the rest of us. Maybe that's why I wouldn't see him from the PA, because he was a white man. They wouldn't let me see the white man. But if you're in England, thankfully, it doesn't matter. If you're in England, you don't need to know anybody. So I was let me explain. In fact, my husband is a very supportive, very loving husband. He is the best thing that God has given me, together with our children. However, when it came to investments, he was not interested. So he just thought it was far too risky. He wasn't wanting to be involved and carry on with it. He'd say to me, I'll support you with everything else, but carry on. And I appreciate a nation such as Great Britain. I didn't have to know anyone at the council to apply for a social thing. I didn't have to know anyone to go and register my company. I did everything myself, got the papers, applied, put it all in, submitted, and everything else works. Nobody asked for anything from me. In fact, so that system allows me to be judged just as Caroline. Whereas if I'm at home, I have to know who I have to pay something, and the day I don't have. So of course, life can be a bit challenging in that respect. But from my point of view, in being in England, it doesn't add or make my life easier. It's only now that we're working together in the property business. But before that, I didn't even have him working inside of my business. He was running his own thing, and I kind of know my own. So it didn't have much value at all in that respect. So maybe at home, but maybe not here.
And you see, Caroline, with me, the first time I came across you, I thought, oh, she's got a white man. Maybe that's why she's successful. But when you actually get to know your story, you started the business. He wasn't even involved in the business. So you are the brain behind the business, even though he's supporting you at the moment. But, there's always assumptions from people, in Africa that, if you have a white man, it's all easy. In Britain, there's nothing like you're going to bribe anybody or you have to pay the council for this and that. There's no shortcuts. We all follow the same route. That's why I celebrate your success, because I know it's genuine. I know you've had to really work so hard to be where you are. And it's amazing to have somebody from Zambia being a millionaire in Britain, where we say it's so difficult. But you've broken the barrier. You've demonstrated that it is possible to be a millionaire in this country. So you are very inspirational. Let me read some comments. Somebody says, "Hello, Lila. I was a very good friend to your late dad." Or this is, or somebody's greeting my dad. Oh, thank you so much. This is Captain Frederick Tola. And somebody also said they used to be in the same school with you and that you are very inspirational. Yeah, somebody commented. And then Tisa says it's about determination and how focused you are in life, not having a white person. And that's why I brought Caroline Marsh as well, because this is, I call myself Gelo Wapazed, girl from Zambia. She's a girl from Zambia that came here. Forget how old she is. She's a young girl. I came to the UK and she found her foot here despite you not having a degree. Do you have a degree now yet, or no degree?
I don't have the time to go and get a degree.
You see, no degree. And she did in Zambia. She was an air hostess. Came to this country and thought, what can I do with my life? So life is about determination. It's not even about the qualifications. I have a degree and a master's, and I'm doing any job that's available. And this is someone with no degree, no master's, and is a millionaire. It tells you that business is the way we should go. You're very inspiring. Any questions, guys, please type. And how many children do you have now?
3 boys.
3 boys. Oh, wow. You're very, very inspiring. Somebody was saying inspiring stories. Okay. Okay. Liz Talmon says having a white man doesn't change anything. Black people face it. Some working 4 jobs to make a difference. Yes, exactly. And obviously determination is important. So Caroline, everyone is asking about mentorship throughout. That's what I can see.
Okay.
Shamanda, yeah. Everyone wants you to mentor them, because Shamanda TV is saying, Caroline, please provide affordable mentorship for those that are interested. I think you can try by all means to just do something.
Let me explain these 2 things. Okay, so I haven't done property mentorship, and I know people want property mentorship. So I will work. The plan was before coronavirus came, that I was going to work towards the end of the year and come up with a program that is affordable. You can study in your own home and be able to, access it and go and apply yourself and start like a community of whether they don't have to be Zambian, it can be anybody as long as you want to get into property, and start this community where I could come on and answer questions and be support, but people are doing it on their own. So I may look at doing it probably rather than later on in the year, maybe bring it a little bit forward. But what I do have is what I've managed to do in the same time during this period is create 2 other programs. I did a book with a friend of mine, Chisha Kumisuku, in Zambia. We were doing financial education. So yes, I'll talk about property, but before you can learn about property, it's maybe very important for you to understand the mindset you must have and some of the qualities of who you have to become before you start the journey. So I know we might have men on the call. The book is relevant to everyone, even though the title is written towards women. So it's a free ebook. It's called The Insider Secrets of the Wealthy Black Woman. I have my own story, my own life, everything in that book to help you understand what challenges, how to overcome society, beliefs, how we as women, even your own self-limiting beliefs, whatever these things might be. It's a free book. I know free stuff goes all right.
So good. So I'll link it in the description of the video as well. Okay.
So give the free book so people can access that. But I've also done 2 other programs. One is with my mentor that I've worked with, but also a spiritual mother of mine. We've done a program called, it's a leadership program, Caillou Leadership and Success Program. So I teach in that section property as well, but not in greater detail, but I talk about property in general and I share what I did and how you can go out and do it. The program is a 30-day program divided into 2 sections. So I would teach, and so she would teach as well, like leadership skills, money skills, investment skills. All of the things are in that, condensed in the 30-day program. That can be accessed for $99. So we're not talking $1,000, $99.
Yeah.
So you can access that as well. So I'll put all the 2 links and you can access them. The property one, pay you, and the time will come. But honestly, I've just been so busy, like super busy, to start thinking about doing a full property program. I thought I'll do it towards the end of the year, but I'll look into doing it. So if you want mentorship, mentoring is so consuming. It takes up so much of you.
So much time. But you could be making extra money with that, by the way, because a lot of young people are inspired by a success story as well.
I mean, it's and which I really appreciate, to be able to make the money. My heart, if I be honest with you, my heart of hearts is I want to not only inspire, but I want to empower. So I really want to do this thing. And it's in my heart to be able to, if I didn't make money out of doing it, it would not bother me at all, because I believe I can make money in other ways. But it's the fact that what I know, you can do it. You can literally apply yourself and do the same thing. Is it going to be hard work? You bet it will be. So you'll have to forget things like luxury, Christmases, birthdays, and things like that, and just apply yourself and make the thing work, and it will work. Yeah.
Kwachangwe has asked a question. Why don't you start Dragon's Den Zambia, where you can the time where you can inspire? And then Saklinti also asked a question. What are your plans about helping the youth in Zambia? What are your plans?
So I help a lot. You may never know or see, right? So I do things incognito, because I think the Bible says that when you do something with the left hand, don't let the right hand know that you've done something, right? So I tend to do things without having to show or make big loud noises. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. But I do various programs where I help out at home a lot. Okay. There are various projects that I do that people help me on the ground in doing. So whether it be in charity, with schools, with young people, with mentorships, and I'll just take someone and work with them over a period of time and just help them to develop and become better. So I would do those things without making a public announcement. Exactly. Yeah. In the future, perhaps, when my life has to stabilize, and once I'm stable in that sense, then I believe I'll be able to do a lot more and have these conversations, and
Abby says, very proud of you, madam. Hard work pays. Believe in yourself. It's such a shame. Some people think about your partner. Obviously we always have people who think it's because you have this type of a partner that you'll be successful. But when I read your story, I know you worked for this, and you get that a lot. But I'm glad we've talked about it as well, because then some people might have assumed for a long time that that's why, you know how it is. But I wanted you to share your story. So the ebook, for those of you who want the ebook, somebody's saying, what's the name again for the ebook?
So the book is called The Insider Secrets of the Wealthy Black Woman. So you can, if you can type it in your chat. So it's www.personalsuccesschallenge.com.
.com. Okay. African Tigress, if you can type that, because she's one of my moderators. Anything else that you would just like to add, especially to inspire our audience? What would you like to add?
I think let me start by telling all the people that are listening that your life doesn't have to be perfect to get started. And you don't have to be all made up to get started. You don't have to have full-on confidence to get started. You don't have to have the right mindset, everything else to get started. You have to, first of all, make a decision and get started. You will learn, you grow as you're going along. I had my self-esteem. You can imagine, I'm speaking to executive people, that have all these certificates and I don't have any. Do you think I was confident? No. But I just kept at it. So you literally have to work with yourself one day at a time. And when something says to you, no, don't go, remember why you started, your vision. Remember why you started, the thing that you're heading towards. And people will let you down. Things may not work. You have to be developing yourself as you're going on. I'm not there yet. Believe me, I feel as if I've just started. So, and there are things that I'm having to grow all the time. Invest in yourself. Find people that are doing what you aspire to do. Get their books, get their products. Go and get the knowledge and begin to apply it. Don't end up a seminar junkie that picks up stuff and never does anything. Be a doer of the word. Whatever you hear and you've been taught, apply it and just keep going. The rest, believe me, God is the one that's going to bless. You do your part, he will stamp it and off you go. Do your part and stamp it and off you go. So I believe that you are on this particular channel in this time, there are trying times and precedented times. I've never heard of or seen anything like this in my life. But it's in these seasons that where people are going to come out like really, really well. When we were young, we used to play like you're about to run. So you do on your marks, get set, go, right? So that means one is preparing. Maximize the lockdown period. Prepare yourself. Get yourself your vision. Get the skills that you need. Get all the knowing that you need. When the doors are open, be ready to go. Because if you're not ready to go, you'll be the one that is left out because others are going and you're just watching. All of us right now are on the same playing field. All of us. The world has come to a standstill. So you better run because you're the next millionaire. And I want to hear your story. God bless you.
Yes. Did you hear that? So Patrick Nwama says, Caroline, you are an inspiration. And somebody else commented earlier to say that you've inspired them because they thought to be successful, you need a qualification. So this is what we talk about, guys, on the YouTube channel. You don't need to be a degree holder. All you need is your skills. Like you said, if you have a vision, you will achieve your goals. And the book also is being dropped in our live stream discussion. Wisdom Banda is also saying very true. We just have to maximize the lockdown. And Caroline is normally busy. We should even be grateful that we've caught her during this lockdown. She would have been somewhere in the Caribbean or somewhere, but she's at home. So I thought of bringing you, Caroline, as an inspiration to this YouTube channel, at least so that you can motivate our people on YouTube. So thank you so much for your time. We will obviously invite you another day, obviously, when you're less busy. D says, wow, definitely succeed. I believe the future is bright. So a lot of people are really inspired by your story. And I thought, this is what we want to see. Black people making it in the diaspora, regardless of the things that are said about the diaspora being a challenge. So thank you so much for your time. And may God bless you and your family. I will give you a call after the live stream. Take care, and hope to see you another time.
Awesome.
Bye. So you can wait.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so this is what I talk about on this platform. When I say you can make it without, looking down on yourself, that's a millionaire. For you to appear on the Secret Millionaire in the UK is not a joke, but Caroline made it. If I'm not mistaken, she's the first African I have seen, because they looked at her profile. They looked at where she's been, her success. No degree, no masters, no certificate, but she's a millionaire. So this is what I wanted to bring to this platform. Be inspired. Now you have Caroline to follow. Check out her book. Read it. It's free of charge. And when any mentorship programs come on board, I will definitely tell you about them. So we have another live stream that is starting at 6 o'clock. Zambian time with Chela Tukuta. But that one is different. We're talking about what's happening in Zambia. So I wanted us to have this inspirational talk first, and then we will talk about something else. So I have to have a little bit of a break. Just remember that we are coming back at 6 o'clock Zambian time. It's a go lilymutamz, also known as Gelo Pazed. I'll be bringing you more people on this platform, guys. Just stay tuned and subscribe. Please subscribe. I love you guys.